Today's news surprised K-pop lovers unbelievable. Jungkook's mansion was inspired from his childhood. There is something magical in every step of the life of Jungkook, the golden magne of BTS, who is known not only for his charming voice, but also for his tender heart and his life story full of struggle. Recently, the public was stirred up again when a shocking fact was revealed. Jungkook's luxurious mansion, which now stands majestically in an elite area of Seoul, turns out to have a much deeper meaning than just luxury. Not many people know, the house is apparently a reflection of his childhood dream. A simple dream of a boy from Daegu who used to just want to see his mother live comfortably. Behind the huge walls of marble and glass shimmering under the Seoul sun lies an emotional story that left many armies speechless. The house, dubbed by the media as Jungkook's modern palace, is not the result of a desire to show off or simply a symbol of success. According to a close source, Jungkook designed almost every detail himself, inspired by childhood memories that continue to cling to his heart. In several interviews, Jungkook has mentioned that his childhood in Daegu was not an easy time. He often saw his parents working hard, thrifty, even holding back the desire for the needs of the family. However, in the midst of those limitations, the one thing he always dreamed of was a warm little house, where everyone could gather without worrying about money or work. Now, the little boy's dream has come true, albeit in a much more grandiose form. Jungkook's house is rumored to have a unique architecture, a blend of modern minimalist style and traditional Korean nuances. In her living room, she opted for a palette of soft colors such as beige and natural wood, which is said to have been inspired by her grandmother's house in her hometown. Interestingly, the kitchen area was made very large and bright because, according to Jungkook, his mother used to always say that a warm home starts from the kitchen. Many fans think that this is not just an ordinary interior design, but a real form of his love for his family. Some Korean media also revealed that Jungkook's personal space was filled with objects of high sentimental value. There's his first guitar now on display in the music room, old photos from when he was a teenager in Daegu, and even a wooden chair he says he still keeps. Details like this show that behind the glitter of the entertainment world, Jungkook remains someone who deeply values his past. He never forgets where he came from, and the mansion becomes a kind of bridge between the past and the present. Most touching, according to some reports, Jungkook placed a special room for his mother with the best view in the house. The room had a spacious balcony overlooking a small garden, full of flowers that were said to be the mother's favorite type. Jungkook even reportedly rejected the architect's suggestion to make the space his main room. He wanted his mother to have the most comfortable place, with a simple but heart-piercing reason: "I already have a world out there. Let this house be his little world." The sentence went viral among fans, showing how much love and gratitude Jungkook has for the woman who raised him with love and patience. When viewed from the outside, Jungkook's house does seem like a symbol of luxury, spacious, elegant, and classy. But for Jungkook, every corner has a meaning. He did not build it to prove his wealth, but to fulfill a promise to himself that he had made as a teenager, that one day, his mother would never have to work so hard again. When the media tried to compare the house with the dwellings of other Korean celebrities, fans highlighted its emotional side. They said, Jungkook's house is not just a property, but the story of a child's love for his mother. It's no wonder that whenever Jungkook talks about his family, especially his mother, his voice always turns soft. In an old interview, he once said that every time he came home, his mother still asked the same thing as before: "Are you okay today?" A simple question that, according to Jungkook, makes him always remember who he really is behind all the world's spotlight. The house he built is now the place where the question returns to be heard every day. Warm, sincere, and loving to many people's surprise, Jungkook was not the type to book a big house immediately after success. It took him years to decide to build it. In the process, he is often even directly involved in the selection of materials, lighting, to the aroma of the room. Some of the interior staff shared that Jungkook wanted the house to feel alive, not only beautiful to the eyes, but also soothing to the heart. And maybe that's where the magic is. That true luxury for Jungkook isn't measured by price, but by the sense of comfort he creates for the people he loves. Now, the house is a symbol of the long journey of a young boy who once only dreamed of a small room in Daegu, now has his own palace in Seoul. But most amazingly, he never lost his temper. Amid his busy schedule, world tours, and global popularity, Jungkook still prefers to spend time at home with his family whenever the opportunity arises. On several occasions, he was even seen leisurely walking in the courtyard of the house with a cup of coffee, like a homeboy enjoying a morning without cameras and highlights. Many fans believe that the house is not the end of the story, but rather a new beginning for Jungkook to repay his family's affection. Perhaps for the world, Jungkook's mansions are proof of success. But for her, it was just a tangible form of simple love, a child's desire for her mother to smile carefree. And that's the reason why, when the media called it a dream house, Jungkook just smiled and said quietly, "I built it not for myself, but for the person who made me exist in this world." Behind all the pomp and luster of the entertainment world, this story reminds us of one important thing: that true success is not about how high we stand, but how deeply we remember the roots from which we grew up. And for Jungkook, the mansion is not just a building, but a timeless form of love, inspired by a struggling childhood and built with a heart that never forgets its origin. The story of Jungkook's luxurious mansion doesn't stop at its sheer grandeur. Behind every tightly closed door, there is a story that is even more touching than the success story of a world star. Many do not know that before the house was built, Jungkook had experienced a period where he felt lost. He is at the peak of his career, but inside him there is a void that is difficult to explain. He once said in an interview that even though he already had everything, awards, fame, even wealth, he still felt that there was something he had not yet realized for the most important person in his life. His mother that moment, he began to retrace his childhood memories. About the small house in Daegu whose roof leaks when it rains, about the gentle voice of her mother who always tries to calm, and about the simple dream they knit together among the nights full of worries. That's where the idea of building a dream home came from. Not just a house, but a symbol of a new life full of gratitude and love. He didn't want the house to just stand tall, but also to be a place where all the wounds of the past heal with the warmth of togetherness that in fact, when construction began, Jungkook was rumored to often come secretly to the site. He witnessed for himself how the first foundation of the house was laid. Some workers said Jungkook stood for a long time in the middle of the vacant lot, looking up at the sky with a small smile. One of the workers recalled him saying quietly, "In the past, I could only imagine it. Now I can build it." The sentence then spread on social media and became a symbol of the power of dreams and relentless hard work. When the house was finally completed, Jungkook did not immediately show it off to the public. He even managed to keep it a secret for several months.